Radiant team ban.
Alright folks, turns out I shredded my throat a little bit with that last game. What an amazing matchup it was. But let's hope that we get another one as exciting as we're jumping into SurekhGaming taking on HIKAIXXX for the ESL India Premiership organized by Nordwind Gaming. I'm CloudX, gonna be solo casting once again, and as the draft proceeds, you've got HIKAIXXX on the Radiant, SurekhGaming on the Dire in a best of one knockout. You've got the Void and the Slaughter getting banned out as the first two bans, so two offlaners removed from the pool, while the Timbersaw and the Sven will be removed by SurekhGaming. So standard stuff so far, but this leaves in the Disruptor, it leaves in the Beastmaster, the Darkseer, and many other top tier heroes that could be picked up here, as we shall have to wait and see what HIKAIXXX opts to go with.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
SurekhGaming, a team that many have known for a while now. They've actually been on the circuit for the last couple of years or so. In fact, there was a point when one would consider them to be among the top 5 Indian Dota 2 teams, but they've had a few roster shuffles, with one of their players leaving for Canada, I believe, to pursue his education. And their roster shuffles, their comeback has not been the most valiant. So let's see if they can change their, if they can turn the tides in their favor in Starter Cup number 2 here of the ESL India Premiership. They'll start with the Nature's Prophet and the Shadow Shaman, so they're looking to push by the opening 2 picks, I'd say. We've got a few buffs to the Shadow Shaman over the last few patches. The Serpent Ward's doing exceedingly large amounts of damage now, while HIKAIXXX, they'll start up with the Lion, so they could still start to pick up some anti-push heroes, and indeed, they'll go with the Bristleback as their second pick. That Bristleback, though, I mean, it's a double-edged sword, because SurekhGaming has that Nature's Prophet. That's a hero that could definitely build the Silver Edge if they choose to, and I feel like the Bristle is one of the reasons that the Bristle really fell off is after the Silver Edge was introduced to Dota 2, where it disables passives, including the Bristleback itself, which means that you whack him with the Silver Edge and you go ham on him, and there's really not much that he can do to make a fight back. And at the same time, though, we could still see one of those dual lanes at mid with the Bristle and the Wisp. We did see the Wisp being picked up just a few moments ago by EN, and they ended up coming out ahead in that fight. So who knows? Maybe a Wisp will be making a second appearance here. But for now, it'll be the Tinker that gets banned out by SurekhGaming, along with the Zeus. So no global gang strats coming out, but perhaps we'll see the Spectre coming through for SurekhGaming. I don't see that as a bad choice. While Lycan gets removed, Earthshaker's been eliminated as well. So the Earthshaker actually works for SurekhGaming if they're looking to push. But the Lycan ban, definitely something I can get behind. You don't want those Howled Treants coming at your tower in the early game phase, but now you've also got to deal with the Ford Spirits along with those Treants and the Mars Serpent Wards every time they're off cooldown. So Backlash will be the one doing the draft here for SurekhGaming, while Excuse will be picking up the crown on HIKAIXXX. Winter Wyvern will be the third pick coming out for them. So now there's the anti-push that we were talking about. Winter Wyvern's probably the best D-pusher in the game. The Splinter Blast with its low cooldown makes it fairly spammable. The Arctic Burn, great during the laning phase to zone out pretty much any offlaner. And of course the Winter's Curse, when the 5-man push starts to come in with heroes clumped up together, the Winter's Curse is possibly the best spell to put a stop to that. Especially when you're defending high ground. It's just so easy to get a Winter's Curse off with and basically eliminate one hero before the fight even begins. Draw range are going to be picked up by SurekhGaming, so yeah, they've made their intentions very clear that they want to push and they want to do it fast, as that should be their core on the safe lane, with an off-lane Nature's Prophet, a support Shadow Shaman, and we're looking for one more support pickup from SurekhGaming. I'm willing to bet an Enchantress might be an option here. Alternatively, if the Venge goes into their hands, I think they'll take it gladly. HIKAIXXX will get themselves the Dragon Knight though, so another hero that comes online really quickly, and one that's very tanky in the early phases of the game, allowing them to fight back when the push does come. But that's the thing about the draw ranger strats. You basically put yourself on a clock where you have to push beyond, well, you have to push before the 30-35 minute mark and end the game by then, because any later and the draw ranger just basically starts to fall off. And also the fact that she's extremely squishy doesn't help either.
Radiant team ban. Radiant team.
So you've got a gyrocopter ban coming out from SurekhGaming. The call down, flak cannons and rocket barrage would cause all sorts of mayhem versus the push, while the Venge gets banned out by HIKAIXXX. No Drow Ranger aura strats with the Vengeance aura to buffer up. Gonna be available here.
10 seconds.
SurekhGaming, if they want to go greedy, they could still pick up the Beastmaster and throw him into the jungle. We've all seen how the Iron Talon Beastmaster can pull out a level 6 at just the 6-minute mark, so that is indeed a very viable option here for SurekhGaming.
Ursa Warrior.
Okay, this is not something I would have seen coming. Ursa is going to be the 5th and final pick coming out for HIKAIXXX. Now, they don't really have any sort of wave clear apart from the Winter Wyvern, and I don't think that's going to be nearly enough, because SurekhGaming's picked up an Enigma as their 5th pickup, and that's going to be augmenting their push in a very big way. Drow Ranger with the Enigma Islands, the Precision Aura thrown on top of those islands is just really a scary ordeal, and a push that's almost unstoppable unless you've got massive wave clear from long range. Heroes like the Lina, heck, even the Coddle, or possibly even the Death Prophet would have been great versus this SurekhGaming lineup, but I don't know. I feel like the minute Backlash gets a few levels, he's just going to go very, very aggressive with his rotations. And given that he's already been buffed up with the Precision Aura, his farm is going to be even quicker in the jungle. Enigma, arguably one of the fastest farmers in the jungle. I think second only to the Beastmaster at this point. But we could see one of those 5 or 6 minute mechanisms coming out from him, making their team almost unkillable when they push. Hope no packet loss RNG.
30 seconds.
Alright, for those of you just tuning in, we're watching the ESL India Premiership organized by Nordwind Gaming. On the Radiant side, you've got HIKAIXXX, Nepu on the Winter Wyvern, Aladdin on the Lion, you've got Excuse on the Dragon Knight, Orange is going to be DX on the Ursa, and up top, it's Hydronium on the Bristleback. For SurekhGaming, you've got Backlash on the Enigma, Isolation on the Nature's Prophet, Drow Ranger going to be handled by Blank, Mummy on the Invoker, and Ice Cubes will be playing the Shadow Shaman. So Isolation is going to start by body blocking the creep wave at bottom. He started with the standard build, the boots, tango, and 2 clarities, but he started with the first point in teleportation. Not really sure what he's got up his sleeve here. I mean, usually you start with the Nature's Call to try and get the Strians to harass and block out this camp here. But he's got an Observer Ward placed down to block the camp, and that's not going to be spotted out just yet. So he's just going to look to get CS and harassment done. And in case he dies in the lane, he's going to have the TP to come back right in. He's off to a good start though, getting himself some CS and a deny as well. Well, middle lane is going to be a Dragon Knight versus Invoker matchup. A matchup that I think favors the Invoker quite heavily. As up top, Bristleback will be up against a dual lane of the Drow Ranger and the Shadow Shaman. We'll also have the Enigma rotating in from time to time to try and make mincemeat of him. There's a small window of opportunity where the Bristleback is extremely vulnerable, where the Precision Aura with the shackles from the Shadow Shaman could work wonders versus him. Hydronium, he's been pincer trapped there, but the creep wave is pushing in towards the tier 1 of the Dire, so he's going to be able to find his retreat into the lane. Meanwhile, Excuse, he's calling out a bracer for himself, so he's not going for the early bottle. He will run out of consumables very soon, and his mana pool is not going to be as full as he would like, making that Breathe Fire less spammable. Bottom lane, sentry's been placed down, will not find the D ward on this ward. They should have known that this camp was blocked out, given that it's not spawning. What would prompt them to put a sentry here beats me. And this is what the Nature's Prophet does best. When the lane is pushed out, he moves into the jungle and starts farming the neutral creeps. And when the lane pushes back to his tier 1 tower, he's got a TP ready to get him back in position to get that extra EXP. This is just a perfect game for the Nature's Prophet so far, as the Invoker looks to be in a bit of trouble, but Nepu comes in from the side. He's got a double damage on him. The Cold Snap comes through. Creep Wave's even going to come in and help out there. Alacrity thrown down on himself with the Breathe Fire. That'll keep the Invoker at bay. So no first blood just yet. Just 2 minutes in. Enigma continues to free farm. He's up to level 3. And he's now put 2 points into the demonic conversion. So this is going to be a very, very heavily farmed Enigma if he's left to his own devices like this. Bristleback doing what he can, pulling the creep waves out to the side and resetting the creep equilibrium on this top lane. That'll allow him to get a little bit of extra farm and EXP as the creep wave should push to his own tower now. But it's a fairly slow and peaceful start for both sides here. Both teams just content to farm. But SurekhGaming, I expect them to group up very soon. Come 10 minutes or so, we should see them grouping up and taking towers, especially if there's no kills up against them. Aladdin and Nepu though. Gonna pop a smoke in hopes of finding that Nature's Prophet, but that's a well-meant attempt, but one that'll not work out this time around. Isolation is playing this very safely. He's at level 4 in this off lane at 3 minutes. He's really pulling ahead of the curve here. While middle lane Invoker could be in a bit of a bind here. Gets the cold snap off. The alacrity's there as well, but here comes the Lion. The Hex to start things off. Fire Breath along with the slow from the Arctic Burn. They'll lock him in position with the Earth Spike. He even throws down a defensive Ice Wall and then denies himself to the Ancients. So no first blood scored here again. Invoker barely dodges a bullet and wastes the rotation here on the supports. While at top lane, Bristleback has begun to assert his dominance by going way past the tier 1 tower to zone out the Drow Ranger and get some farm. This is the one advantage that they have up top. The Bristleback, it's not really easy to zone him out when you just got 2 heroes in the lane. And especially not when the Shadow Shaman has left the lane to go help out elsewhere. This means that the Bristleback should be able to find a little bit of extra farm and EXP on this top lane. But he's got only 4 CS right now, which is not the best situation in the world for him. Bottom lane, Nature's Prophet yet to suffer a death as well. He's got 1200 gold in the bank. Looks like he's just going to go greedy and possibly pick up a Midas this game. But that doesn't work too well when you're trying to push. Look at this, top lane. Bristle still got a salve, so he's going to be okay. But Drow Ranger clearly starting to bully him in the lane a little bit. Nature's Prophet walking into Nepu here. This might not be the best choice here. He could be going down. Arctic Burn coming out to slow him out. Ursa trying to juke around here, but there's the Sprout and the TP. He's gonna go home just okay. And he can always TP back with the teleportation skill as well. So still no first blood, 5 minutes in. Both teams trying pretty hard to get down, to get at each other's throats, but they're not able to find that opening just yet. Isolation, he's almost at level 6. And he was considering going up top for the skill on the Bristleback, but instead he realizes that his time is better spent just moving back bottom and slowing down this Ursa's farm. Ursa's at 22 CS as the Nature's Prophet has been keeping pace as well. His phase boots along with the wind lace make him very mobile and hard to lock down. On top lane, the advantage the Drow has here is that when you use the frost arrows using the hotkey under the tier 1 tower, it doesn't count as a right click on the enemy hero, which means that the tower aggro will not be changed to you. So you can continue to harass the Bristleback under his tier 1 tower without actually taking any damage of your own. And if he tries to run at you with the Quill Spray, you've already got the magic stick online for the Drow. Bottom lane though, Isolation, he's just manning up here. That Wraith Fire, that Nature's Wrath though, comes straight through. And he's the one to walk away with first blood. So while the supports thought they could make mincemeat out of that Nature's Prophet, he turns the tables around on them and finds himself a kill. And with that, he'll get a bracer and get himself one step closer to those drums. Meanwhile, Enigma, he's just been doing his own thing in the jungle uncontested. This is possibly the most dangerous situation in the world, but bottom lane again. The Drow putting that one level of frost arrows to such perfect use. She gets the solo kill on the Bristleback and continues to pound away on the tier 1 at top. She has hit the level 6 mark as well, so the precision aura now augments damage by a lot larger margin. And with the alacrity on the Invoker, excuse, he's being kept completely at bay. 14 CS on the Dragonite versus 42 on the Invoker. This is just a disgusting outfarm coming out from this Invoker. Look at that damage just stacking up there on a hero that has an absurd amount of armor already. Invoker not feeling any form of pain in this lane as his Midas should be done very soon as well. 2-0 now the scoreline in favor of SurekhGaming. They're playing perfect textbook Dota here with a 5,000 net worth and EXP lead. Middle lane, Invoker. He's getting very greedy here. He's actually gone in deep. And there is going to be a TP coming in though. Nature's Prophet comes in behind Excuse. The Elder Dragon form's been expended as well. Sunstrike comes through. Aladdin's dead and Excuse could be falling into the grave. Isolation, will he take down to the fire? Oh, sorry, the poison. Yep, indeed he will. But it's still a double kill for the Invoker. A trade that SurekhGaming will take all day, every day. Losing their offlane Nature's Prophet in lieu of a Lion and a Dragon Knight. Both kills going to the Invoker, who now even gets a tier 1 at mid. Now, top tier 1's about to drop as well. The slows from the Frost Arrows. The Hex comes out from Ice Cubes as well. The Shackle is available. He's getting in range and now he gets it off. That's a dead Hydronium Bristleback, making it 5-4-1. Nepu comes in, but he's not in a very safe position himself. The arrow's doing so much damage here. But with 2 more TPs coming out now. Backlash. He does have the Black Hole available. Chooses not to expend it, but this could be a perfect Black Hole if he gets it off. Drops it. What has he done? No! He cancelled the Black Hole immediately. That was a complete misplay coming out from him. But it looks like it doesn't matter really, because the Lion's gone down next. They've already brought down the Winter Wyvern. Ursa's even TP'd into the fray, but with the Gust, they'll keep him at bay. With the Frost Arrows, they'll slow him down further. And now, he does get the crush off. Ice Cubes gets the Shackle. The Sunstrike is there as well. Not even needed as Draw Ranger blows him up with the arrows again. He's a dominating Draw Ranger as Hydronium's been caught in the trees. This fight is just never ending, but it's only tilting in favor of SurekhGaming as they make it a 9-for-1 exchange with a tier 1 tower still standing. Draw Ranger walks away with a lot more money in the bank, and HIKAIXXX has just been crushed in this top lane. And all of that without the Invoker even joining the party. He's just been free farming bottom now, pushing out this bottom tier 1 with his Midas picked up as well. Let's have a look at that goal graph. 10,000 lead in favor of SurekhGaming. This is 9 minutes in. It's an absolutely absurd amount of money going in their pockets. And their push couldn't have gone any better if they wanted to try. Even Nepu, he's taking a beating at bottom here, but there's more TPs coming in. The Winter's Curse, sorry, the Cold Embrace keeps him alive. Oh, Aladdin is not going home tonight. The damage from that Precision Aura with 4-5 range heroes from SurekhGaming is just too much for HIKAIXXX to deal with. Another dead line, another taken down tier 1 tower. SurekhGaming have just taken down all 3 tier 1s without losing too many casualties of their own. Backlash. He's got a smoke online. No Black Hole available, but he does have the mech and the Eidolons. And with 2 points in the Midnight Pulse as well, this could be a dead DX Ursa. They're going in for him. Sprout to start things off. The Malefice to follow it up. Ice Cubes, he'll move forward. Goes on to Nepu instead. DX needs to be hexed up if they want to bring him down without dying on Ice Cubes. They'll mech him up as well. And that's 2 very well executed kills claimed by SurekhGaming. Get the Ursa as well as the Winter Wyvern. And now they'll even find themselves a tier 2 tower. And heck, they're even going to commit those Mass Serpent Wards for it. Not sure if that was entirely needed, but committed anyway. Heck, they're even pinging out the tier 3. 10 minutes in, we're looking at a high ground push coming out from SurekhGaming. And they're doing it without the Black Hole, without the Wrath of Nature, and without the Mass Serpent Wards. Look at the damage on that tier 3. There is a fortification available, but it won't be used just yet. TP on the front lines. What are you doing, Aladdin? That's not the way you want to start this fight. Again, all they've got to do is silence him and right click him to death. And the Lion's down for 17 seconds. Tier 3 is down, and this is going to be a very easy breach on the high ground by SurekhGaming. Axes are just melting here, and there's nothing that HIKAIXXX can do. Hydronium is going to fall prey to the Sunstrike as well. He's not going to die just yet, but they're just kiting around that Ursa. He just cannot get in range to pummel away. The Gust time and again, keeping him at bay. Nepu's about to go down next. He'll drop as well. Ursa, Hex, not able to get a single auto attack off on any of SurekhGaming's heroes. They're just toying with him at this point. They'll get a Rax, they'll get 3 kills, and they'll walk away without losing anything again. How the hell does HIKAIXXX fight back from a lane of Raxes 11 minutes in? 20,000 net worth lead. We're still waiting for heroes to hit level 6 on the side of HIKAIXXX. At least the Winter's Curse is available now. So maybe Nepu can try and get a team fight going for his teammates. But the golden EXP advantage is just huge at this point, and Roshan's going to be taken down with an Aegis claimed on the Draw Ranger, I would assume. And they've even got a double damage rune on the Invoker to help their cause. You've got a casual buckler being picked up by the Invoker as well. So this is just a straight up pushing build coming out from them. He's even opted to pick up the Vlads to augment their damage. They're going all in for this push, not even bothering to build for the late game, as Enigma will find himself the Blink Dagger now. Surprisingly, Nature's Prophet is the one to hold on to the Aegis and not the Draw Ranger. Would not have expected that to be happening here. I mean, with the money that SurekhGaming has, they could probably go buy a mansion somewhere on the Dota map, get a lion with, I don't know, get like a pet tiger with a gold leash around his neck and just live out their rest of the days in peace. But the Ancient is probably going to drop on its own with Mega Creeps already pushing in from bottom. This is just a disgusting display of dominance here from SurekhGaming. Serpent Wards, they've been dropped a little too far behind. I don't think they're going to be able to hit on the Rax's Winter Curse. What? He did hit on a Nature's Prophet creep. Oh man. That's just, they deserve to lose for that. That is the only tool that they had to try and fight back, and now it's been whiffed and it's on cooldown for a full minute. Nepu's gonna die. Black Hole committed. That's the first real Black Hole of this game. It catches on to 2, and that's gonna be the death of everyone on the side of HIKAIXXX. DX tries to fight his way through this, but that's 2 lanes of Raxes down. SurekhGaming just, well, there's no sugarcoating this. They're just molesting HIKAIXXX inside their own base.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Adronium
attack.
again gonna go down. There's just no way he's gonna escape this. I'm actually surprised that Hikai hasn't tapped out just yet. There is no way they're winning this game anymore. It's 21-1, so 3-2-2 even not gonna be real here.
Radiant's middle tower is
A
under
single
attack.
kill is probably gonna be worth like 2,000 gold at this point, if HIKAIXXX can even find one. And at this point, they've just got to throw creeps on the front lines and push and push. Now Clash, he could be the one going down here. Excuse is trying, he needs a breathe fire, he'll get it. Okay, it was just 558 gold going in his favor. Comeback might be real, but no, the GG well played gets called because behind Invoker's cleaned up on 1. Dragon Knight's died already. DX is gonna follow suit and easy being called out. That's actually the Radiant side just saying easy against them. So good game, well played. Ancient's about to drop, and SurekhGaming take a 15-minute victory here in Starter Cup number 2 versus HIKAIXXX. HIKAIXXX unfortunately have been knocked out. SurekhGaming showing that they are still worthy of being in the upper echelons of Indian Dota 2. Let's see if they can continue their dominance through the next few rounds of Starter Cup 2 of the ESL India Premiership organized by Nordwind Gaming. I'm CloudX, and again, follow me on CloudX on facebook.com/TheRealCloudX. You can follow me at TheRealCloudX on Twitter. And while you're on Facebook and Twitter, don't forget to follow ESL India Premiership, facebook.com/ESL India Premiership, and Premiership_IND on Twitter. Thanks again, folks, for tuning in. It's been an absolute pleasure. Let me give a shout out to Crime Master 1992, Colossal_Rumbler, and Skit_IZ for tuning in. It's been a pleasure casting for you guys this evening, but don't go anywhere. CSGO will be coming up shortly. Casted by Blay.